There, viewers, welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Got us a 2010 Hyundai. It is the Accent. It's got the big 1.6 in it. It's got the Doak 16V, whatever that is. Sounds good. And it also has some pretty significant growling noise. It sounds to me, when it's running, it sounds like the power steering pump. It's quite noisy. Very, distinct bearing type sound. What I would like to do is take the belt off and give it a little twirl around here and see if the grinding noise goes away. I may have said that wrong. I want to see if when we give it a little twirl around, if we can hear the grinding noise in the power steering pump. I came along with my stethoscope and stethoscoped out alternator, water pump. I think it's a water pump there, or idler, looks like a water pump, and the power steering pump, and it was noticeably louder here. Okay, that's loose. Looks like we've got one here behind this pulley. And it doesn't appear the 12 is going to fit. It's not a 13, it should be a 12. This guy might have to get his glasses on. Let's flip our wrench around here. Negative, Ghost Rider. Must be domestic. That's weird. But I tell you what, let's do this. Show you a little trick Nemo taught me. There are holes in the front of the pulley here. However, they're not lined up. So grab a 17 and then go put that back and get a 19. We'll bar it over here a little bit. Okay, now we can get the socket, the 12-point variety, or the 6-point rather. Hopefully. What is going on with that thing? Must be that bolt is a little bit boogered up or something. That's really bizarre. 12 millimeter does not fit it. 13 is going to be super loose though. Yeah, 13 doesn't even touch. What the world? We're going domestic just to get it out. 12 half-inch, 13, that's your size order. Half-inch is very loose on here, but enough so that we can get it out. Or at least get it loose. I don't know what's going on with that bolt. We'll have to get it out and have a look. Must have a big burr on it or something. Let's see if we can have enough room to just pop the belt off right here. This guy's all thumbs today. I don't believe so. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna take that bolt out all the way. Unplug this power steering pressure switch here in the front. I'm near certain all of our noise is coming from that. So much so that I already ordered a pump for this afternoon. We have a deadline, cutoff time, I guess. Let's get this bolt out. Let's have a gander at this thing. Oh yeah. What the? Well, it looks like at some point, I mean, that thing's pretty dang shiny. Well, that's kind of weird. It looks like at some point it might have been hitting that pulley. It certainly was tight. Huh. How in the world did he get the belt on? No, this guy's talking like this. Yeehaw. We're gonna get the old ratchet. Going all the way, folks. It's quite an interesting bolt. You don't want to lose that one, that's for sure. Well, goodness gracious. Come on, old son. Well, this is not working like planned. Here's a guy who can't even put a belt on. It makes me wonder, is this belt too short here? Yowza. My idea was to spin it with a drill, but the drill's too loud to hear the bearing noise. I'm curious. I don't want to pull all the belts off the car. The belts look relatively new, to be honest with you. I don't want to pull them all off. Just wonder if I can stick that one out of the way enough to run it. Just, granted, I didn't show you guys what it sounded like. I'm gonna get missed though. I just want to start it just for a minute. It was quite loud. It was like, if you can envision something like that. I only need this thing running for about 10 seconds to tell you if it's better or not, and then we'll pop this off. It'd be great if you just put a stinking bearing in it, you know what I mean? Just keep your key right on that key in case I scream.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, hey, you were quick there, Miss O. Could have been an emergency. Be quiet. Perfect, thank you. You're good.
That's it.
Get out of here. Yeah, right. This guy's gonna try to do this without making a giant mess. We'll just put a diaper down here, cover up our belt. Put a little cup. Catch some of the fluid. Get that 12 mil. I looked at the picture of the pump. It doesn't look like it comes with this nipple here. So instead of unhooking the hose, this is the return hose, we'll just take the whole mess off here. Try to catch some of it. We'll do that, couple bolts there. O-ring there, we'll save that, just a flat-faced seal. So we'll stick that to the side. It should come with a new one. Kind of wind that up there, like so. Let me get a socket for that. Actually, I've got a socket for that 24, but that's a 1/2 inch drive. We're gonna need a little adapter kit. That's kind of a weird video, huh? Whoa, man, that's a cool one, huh? There's your banjo bolt. That's your banjo. Off your pressure line there. Drain out our pump, and there's our pump. It's really hard to tell just spinning it here by hand. Yeah, I could see some marks on the back of that pulley. They're kind of rusty where that bolt must have wiggled out at some point. Very interesting. A little bit on the fan show. We didn't make too big a mess. That's good. Perfect. I don't think it came with the pump or the pulley either. So we'll do that. Of course, we don't even have the new one yet, so you know we're gonna get bit. Yeah, look at that. That thing must have been making some wicked noise when that was hitting. Holy smokes. Definitely wasn't our case here. See, I don't know if it's if it was a bearing noise or if it's actual pump noise now, making me kind of wonder. There is a bearing here on the outside. I don't know if these have a bearing in the back of the case as well. Wants to look inside, huh? Should be just your standard power steering pump operation. Probably just pilots in the back. Could be wrong. Probably gonna have to give that a little tippy tap. I would imagine. Whoa! Now we're effed. Everything popped apart. Actually, you can kind of feel that. Oh no, you can feel the old gritty grit in that bearing when you push a little side pressure on it. Ah. Interesting, okay. Well, we totally screwed this up, didn't we, folks? You're an accomplice because you were watching, but here's our little pump. All the little veins are falling off it, or have fallen off from it. There's our gasket. Covers that lines up like so. Well, might be a number on that bearing. It'd be sweet if we could just change the bearing. It's probably an SKF bearing. Can't think of what I'm thinking of. KBC it says. Does have a number on it. And it looks like the bearing retainer is just a simple wire retainer. It looks like. Yeah, that's all it is. Nothing fancy. Hold your finger on it, or it'll take you about 3 business days to go find that sucker. And I imagine that taps right out the front of the housing. That would be my assumption. Oh, let's see. You're going to want something that you can't destroy. Got this from an old, I don't even know, I can't make something up. It's just a wooden hammer. And it's not working. I don't know if it moved. Doesn't appear to have. If the wooden hammer doesn't work, it's something a little more harsh. The plastic hammer. Don't think it moved yet. Seeing if it moved back in. I would have thought that would have tapped right out. I don't think that's any kind of retainer in here. Nope, it's wiggly. Might need to stick this on a hard surface and give it a little tippy tap. And we had to jump up to the next level. Ta-da! There's our pump seal. Oh yeah. You guys probably can't tell because we've got some AC/DC rocking in the background. Yeah, I'll be dipped, huh? This is a junk bearing. Boy, if we could get a seal on a bearing and a little bit of luck. Actually, you can see how the veins were. You can look at the little telltale wear marks on them. Well, that's kind of fun. I guess if you wanted to, you could fix it. Old school mechanicing probably would take forever to get this bearing. Let's see the part number on this bearing in case you're doing yours at home and you just want to order one. We're going to get this. We're going to give you a part number from a guy you can't see. If we hold it far enough away, we can though. Nope, I lied. It is. This guy still can't read it. We're struggling, folks. It's too shiny. There we go, now we can. Appears to be the number 62030 Kilo Alpha 2. And then it says Korea. And then there is Kilo Bravo Charlie, just all by itself over there. On that side. And then on this side, also Kilo Bravo Charlie, that must be the manufacturer. There is a 6203 uniform, and then the word Korea. So maybe that's helpful to somebody. Maybe you can just look this up and you already know what it is. There, that was fun. You know what's interesting is Napper had 6 of these bearings in stock. That's, I don't know, must be a very popular bearing. You know, we've hardly ever, you know, rebuild anything anymore as an industry. We don't. This is interesting. Let's see, that has a groove on both sides because this all fell apart when we took it apart. I just wanted to see if there was any differences between the top and bottom. You can see a little more wear on this portion of it. That's a little more shiny, if you will. But there's a groove cut on both sides. As far as our veins that go in the pump, they have a pretty distinct mark on them, or shiny spot. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the shiny spot is out. They'll go into our pump rotor like that. And then we'll just drop her in there. It's very similar to a power steering pump because it is a power steering pump. Here's this guy. He can't take me anywhere. We're just going to slip this baby together. I'm curious at this point. Obviously, I still have our new pump coming. Our new China pump. We'll put our veins back in here. Maybe I can go get a job for Cardone when I'm done. Huh? If it rattles, leaks, and blows up in the first month, then we know we can. I'm kidding. Only partially. The bearing is very inexpensive. We've got nothing to lose. We do not have a seal kit for it. The seal kit is about a week out. We probably should put a little bit of power steering fluid in there. I don't believe there was any differences on this. Looking at it, let's just see. Notch. That would put the little spot there. Yeah, it's a Yeah, it's a mirror. Same image both sides. So let's put a little power steering fluid in here so we don't get the old dry start. Pretty simple pump design. And then we'll slide that together. It appears that the seal's still in good condition. I just took out the parts washer. It's aqueous based, so we're not worried about any petroleum here swelling up our seals or any funny parts washer business. Doing funny parts washer business stuff. It barely even cleans grease. So I just kind of wipe that out. We had some in the seal in here. Like when I touch it, it still feels quite pliable. You can see where it rides on the shaft there. Well, I'm gonna go stick this in the I mean, we probably could just tap it off, I imagine. It can't be on there too hard, right? I've been wrong before, though. Get that just like so. Here's a cringeworthy moment for you. We're just lightly tapping that. And there's our bearing. Black side towards the nut, if it makes a difference. Oh yeah, you can feel her roughness. Rough Riders! I'm gonna go shine that up a little bit. Press down power steering fluid for Asian vehicles. Not a sponsor. We're gonna put a little, whoa! By a little, I mean that much. Oh boy. Sounds good. Oh, does our shaft still fit down in the back of the housing? Because that's kind of important, because we were whacking on that sucker. Oh, I'm pushing. Oh, it must be a very tight tolerance. I was going to say, it feels like it's going down in, but I'm pushing past the fluid that we dumped in there. Ah. Well, let's do this then. We have to dump some of that fluid out to get your shaft in there. I'm sure that's what I was feeling. Oh, yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, because it's kind of springy. Hear that? There she goes. All right, well, we're just fiddling at this point, waiting for Napper to show up. Hopefully all this stuff still reseals. That's gonna be great. Yeah, our gasket came loose. Now we can actually wipe that off. Oh yeah. The seal still has some good resistance. Feels good. Oh yeah. I think we'll be in good shape. This lady will be pretty stoked, I'll tell you that. Ooh. Now we can see the junk. Pop the seal. Ooh. Oh yeah, look at that. Good diagnosis there, Mr. O. This bearing. Huh, that's quite interesting. So this is the grease that's in that bearing. Is it supposed to be missing a ball? I mean, it couldn't have gone anywhere, right? The seals were still on it. I wonder if it's intentional. That's pretty bizarre, isn't it, when you say? Because I don't know, I guess short of popping open a new one, I don't know, I guess these things turn like that. Huh, maybe you, there's some bearing aficionados, is that the word? Some bearing experts in our comment section, I'm sure, that will know why that is like it is, but at least we know we made the right call. Grease in there is all black and nasty. Ooh, I got that stinky stink. No, it doesn't really. Can't even really smell it. Doesn't look like it's ever been torn apart, but gosh, it sure does look like it could utilize another bearing in there, huh? It's classic 62032 Romeo Sierra Juliet SKF bearing from Napper. Not a sponsor, we don't know if it's right yet, so that is the number. Using the old micrometer, it appears to be right. Oh, smooth as butter. I almost want to pop them seals out, or pop 8 seal out to see. Alright, let's take a slipper back on here. Probably this thing would make our best guide. And then it came out pretty easy. We could probably just tap it back on. I'm doing it like this so you know how little of effort I'm using. Everything's falling off the box. Put that back up there. And there we are. We've hit bottom. Oh, that's nice. And then using the old bearing, it allows it to hit on the inner and outer rates at the same time. You gotta trust me, folks, I wasn't putting much effort into it. I let old Brooks do the work here. I'm going to lube up that seal. Smear a little bit around inside this housing. This is not the official power steering pump process, I don't imagine. Okay, there's that. I am curious if we can give her one of these. And let me get a socket to stick on that, and we'll very gingerly tap that down. But I need to move you because you're by the drawer. Bing bong, bing bong. Set that there. And then we'll utilize this here. Socket might be too big. We'll use our bearing because we know that's exactly the right size. Oh, we don't want to get it stuck though. We're all the way. We're going all the way. It's kind of chaos over here. Let's get our little retainer we took off. I think that's grooved up in. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that, huh? Fresh rebuilt. And then we'll just stick it back together. All right. She only goes one way. That's that way there. Let's see, we took 4 bolts out of the back. If it doesn't work, we just wasted a little bit of time, a couple dollars on a bearing, and we learned what not to do. But if it does work, hallelujah, we look wonderful. We feel good. So I want to give that a minute to squeeze some of that oil out of the back of the shaft. You don't want to make that mistake. It's like, you know, not cleaning the oil out of a head bolt or something. You don't want to make that mistake, I tell you. Well, this is great. All right, I think it's probably squeezed out. We're gonna torque them to spec. There, we got it all torqued to factory specs. Hear it gurgling in there. We're gonna dump a little bit down the out hole. Oops. Ooh. Dump a little down the in hole. Oh no, this is the out hole, isn't it? Didn't go anywheres. We did when we went down the innie though. All right, I think we're gonna be in good shape. This thing definitely has a story to tell though. Definitely has a story to tell. Don't we all? Let me grab the torque wrench for this. Got it. All right, I think we're good. Let's see if it still pumps fluid and doesn't spray everywheres. I'm gonna hose it off here a little bit. Then we're gonna hope for the best. Probably should push record there. That would have made that part a little more exciting. Unless everybody's sleeping at this point. You didn't miss much. Guy hooked up a couple bolts. He reused an old O-ring. Mentioned some things about that and its cringeworthiness and the comments that it should generate. But if it doesn't leak, is it really that big a deal? Oh, stand by. Pretend you didn't see that. There you go. I didn't want to douche it off until we had it all hooked up, but obviously we have to clean it off here. We'll never be able to tell how bad it's leaking. There we are. I'm going to finish hooking this up. Spend the next hour and a half getting the belt on. It won't take that long. And then get it tensioned properly. That can be a big bearing killer there, is an improperly tensioned belt. Can definitely take you out. There we go, slipped right on, huh? It only works that way in the movies, kids. I don't feel like taking all the other belts off. There we go. Okay. Now it's loosey-goosey. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go touch this thing up on the bench grinder and get rid of those burrs so we can stick a regular wrench on there. We don't have to fiddle around like we were. We'll get our bottom one in there started. If we're able to. Really struggling here. Where is it, baby? Come on. Oh, there we go. When you're in, you're in. You'll know it. All right. There's that. All right, I'm gonna go clean this up. We're gonna get a belt tension gauge and we'll get that all set. Got that one torqued. That one is torqued. I think we have enough deflection set in there. We'll plug our power steering pressure switch back in. I don't think we lost much fluid. We didn't. Just topping that baby off. We'll run her up a little bit full mark. She's gonna suck down a little bit there, I imagine. If I was a gambling man. Okay, everybody place your bets. All right, bets are placed. Contact. Holy smokes. It works. Don't be surprised. Well, that's it. It's super quiet now. Gosh, I wish I would have started it prior, because on camera I know this thing probably sounds like it's ready to throw a rod. It is a Hyundai. That's great. Yeah, before you stick your hand right on it, man, this thing was, whew. Oh, yeehaw. Easy peasy. Now, I guess the cool part is you get to keep your pump, your OEM pump, instead of some crappy Chinese, you know, new pump they call them. And it saved her a whole bunch of money. Those pumps aren't super cheap. A 12 mil does not fit these. I mean, they're not terribly expensive either, but it's, you know, 20 times the cost of a bearing. Oh, wow, that's a long threaded bolt. There's that one. I guess I can go cancel my order on the power steering pump. And that's it. I'm gonna go drive around, make sure we have no leaks, and then what I'll tell the customer, I'll tell her simply that we put a bearing in it because that was available to us, and we did not put any seals in it. No seals, no O-rings, no nothing. And if for some reason it starts leaking, obviously I'll take care of it. We can order a seal kit, but it'd take a little while to get here. I think we're gonna be okay. All the seals still felt quite pliable. And we've got it cleaned off. I'll drive it and run it till it's warmed up, and then I'll look over it like this while it's running. Because that's what everybody thinks I do. Don't worry, folks. These things are completely safe when the engine's off, okay? That's it. Have a good day. There's the kitty.
Hi, kitty, kitty.
We'll let her in when we get back. Hyundai Thunder.
Hi, kitty. Are you waiting for us? Come here. Hi, Luna. Yeah. Wanna go inside? You ready? Go see mommy. Ready? Say go, go.
That looks dry. I can see the seal there. That looks dry. Top, bottom, sides are dry. No drizzle on the power steer on the alternator down there. We're between our min and max mark. That'll change as it heats up. I don't know. I say send it. That's it, folks. I think that was pretty easy. Getting this bearing here from the Napper, dirt cheap. They had them in stock. I don't know why. They must fit a bunch of stuff. This one's made in Italy. I don't know. A lot of folks are going to disagree with us because a couple of reasons. We don't know which direction the rotor went. They're going to say it has a wear pattern set in it. It's going to explode here momentarily, and then they'll disagree about the the vanes on the rotor that go into the pump, that they have to go exactly where they were because they have a wear pattern set in them, and that's going to explode. And then of course not putting new seals in it, which is all fine. This is for entertainment purposes only. It's going to get a new pump and all that stuff, so calm down. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to put a new pump on it. I'll just let the lady know what's up, and like I say, if it ever has a problem for the next, I'll just tell her 2 years, 24,000. That's my bearing warranty. If any issues arise during that, obviously I'm going to take care of it. But I think this is a cheap alternative. Hindsight being what it is, if I knew that there was, the possibility of tearing it apart and fixing it, I would have, let her continue to drive it with the bad bearing, and then we would have ordered a seal kit and done it that way. And everything would have been the same, except we would have had, a new seal. But who knows? It still felt pliable. I feel okay with it. I would have done it to my own car and felt okay with it, and that's okay. Why don't you guys be okay in that comment section? Questions, comments, the Insta, the Facebook. That's where we're at, folks. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.